And good morning from the Chicago area. Hope you all had a great night. I was up late last night watching the U.S. Open. Alcaraz versus Sinner. Amazing. All right, today is Thursday, September the 8th. We're going to start out with the news for today. What we've got going on is Powell back in our sights. So let's see, we've got jobless claims at 7:30, which will be a big market mover. I want to consider being flat when that number is released. May also want to consider, well, what I do is I write SOC for scene of the crime in my depth market chart. Use the jigsaw charts. Just marking out where we were right before the number came out. Because frequently there'll be a large reaction and then a retracement. Good time to point out this is not financial advice. And what else do we have today? So Powell's going to be talking at 8:30. That's also a good time to be flat and nimble, going for quick profits rather than long holds. See, 10 a.m. we've got the EIA Petroleum status report, and then we've got some bill announcements at 10 o'clock. All right. Let's switch over to our higher time frame analysis here. What we're starting out with here is the UltraBond. Each of these teal profiles is the regular trading hours. The yellow line is just the price. And then the blue line is the overnight hours, just to keep the session clear. All right, so what we did yesterday was we had a sharp drop down. I'm sorry, that's 2 days ago. Sharp drop down, a little bit of a rally. In the overnight session, we dipped a little bit lower, ended up coming back up. Yesterday, we climbed up here and then shot up. During the overnight session, we came back down, retested this area, and it looks like at this moment we are opening above range and above value for the UB. That's where we are in the UB. Take a look at the ZB, the 30-year. Similar story. Gapped up. At the end of the day, we finished, I believe we finished up top right yesterday. Had a hell of a rally, that's for sure. Then we came back down overnight. Came up to this area. Up top, put in pretty much a lot of volume there. Came back down, retested this area. And here we are, opening again above range and above value. Right, here's the 10-year. Similar trajectory. Also opening above range and above value. Actually, it looks like we're still on the move up right now. There was a pretty drastic spike up just a couple minutes ago. All right, here's the 5-year. Similar trajectory. And the 2-year. Let's get a volumetric peek at all this. These are 24-hour full Globex sessions. So this is the 5 p.m. till 7:20 a.m. Chicago time. This is the UltraBond. So as you can see, we dropped down, had the POC down here below. Yesterday we pushed up. This overnight session here, we seem to have accepted prices up here. Volumetrically on the right-hand side, we've got this large area right here. So what you could possibly is, once we get above this area, could be shooting up. There's this little cavern right here. Could be a lot of free movement inside there. So we will take a look and just go with the flow. Got here's the 30-year. Similar high volume areas. Here's the 10-year. And the 5-year. And the 2-year. Let's go ahead and switch to our TPOs now. These are the regular trading hour sessions, so this is excluding Globex. Right, so this is not showing any information from tonight's overnight session. Again, looks like we bottomed out down here. Long profile right here. This is the 30-year. 5-year, 2-year. All right, getting into our TPOs. These are from 7:20 to 2 p.m. Chicago time. These are only the regular trading hours. This teal line right here is the value area high from yesterday and the value area low. Yellow lines are the opening range, which is the first 5 minutes. Set that to be what you like. I use it for 5 minutes. And let's see here. Popped up here, as you can see, here we are. Our price is right up here in the thick of these previous profiles from the 5th, the 2nd, and the 1st. Or something like that. All right, so we are opening above value and above range. Pop over into here. All right, so the 10-year, 5-year, and the 2-year. Let's take a look at our supply and demand over here. This is MetaTrader 5 chart. Actually, see if I can make these a little smaller. I'm actually going to switch to a different view here. That does the trick. A little bit of a slow load there. And thanks again for your patience as we figure out these live streams. This is my first time streaming anything, so lots to learn. All right, here we are in the UltraBond. Yesterday, there was a big candle down and ranging around. Then in the afternoon, we shot up. Now it looks like we are zigzagging around, tapping up into this larger area of resistance, or rather, demand. Okay. Take a look at the 30-year. Send this down a little bit. Similar story. Came down here. All right. Zoom out a bit. All right. Here's the 10-year. Once again, here's that important zone right here. I expect to see a lot of movement today after Walker Powell is speaking. It's 5-year here. And the 2-year. Let's take a look at our. This is our right screen over here. Just kind of keeping this up so I can see where price is at. And as you can see from the left, we've got the UltraBond, the 30-year, the 10-year, and the 5-year. I've got these set so I can toggle between my TPOs and my volumetric analysis there. I'll switch to the TPOs once they are open and underway. Up over to our tick charts. These are 124 tick charts. Use the 100 moving average. And I've got them set to Heikin-Ashi just to make the trends a little more clear. You can see here's that sharp pop up. Oh, that's not, that wasn't it. Where is it? I'm not sure. I actually saw the price, the pop in price a little bit ago. All right, so looks like the 30-year is over its overnight VWAP. It's over its 100 moving average. The 10 has crossed the 50 moving average to the upside. Means puts me in a generally bullish position. And this right here is for the 90 EMA, and the sell or buy button is the hull moving average. So when it dips below the hull, I have it set to color this magenta. And when it's above its hull, I have it set to color in this green, just to make it easier for someone like me to keep track of the trend. And yeah, but the ZB is all green. Looking like the ZN right here went up, came back down. It had some resistance there at its 100, and looks like it's doing a double bounce. That'll either attack again and shoot down, or it will continue to reject and bounce up there. CF down here. Get a lot of these white arrows when things are consolidating. That is the 10 and the 50 crossing one another. Yeah, that generally shows like indecision. It'll also up and happen around when a big number is going to come out or something like that. I expect the market's probably going to thin here because of the what was it, the number at 7:30. 7:30 is the jobless claims, right? Okay. And we'll just take a look at our left screen. This is what I have. I have one of these set up for each product. So this is the 124 tick we were just discussing. Underneath it, we've got the 1 minute. And this is set with VWAP. Right now it's set to show electronic trading hours, I believe. Let's see here. Oh, it's not showing the extended trading hours, which is kind of what we want. That way, once the 720 hits, our VWAP is going to be tracking only the regular trading hour session, which is how we want it to be. The green line is the VWAP. It'll be green if price is above it, red if it's below. And the orange line is VWAP from 2 days ago, or yesterday, I believe. On the left, we've just got a abbreviated 30-minute chart. 65 and the 33, when those are flat, you're about to have the potential to go steeply one way or the other. Right now, they are not flat, clearly in an uptrend. And we are also above the HMA on that, the hull. And then up here on the upper left, we've got the 3-minute. Okay. Go ahead and take a look at our depth of market charts here on Jigsaw. And we're just going to go ahead and mark a couple areas. It's 710 right now, so it's safe to say this is the overnight high. Overnight high. I'm going to mark this pink area. OP is the overnight point of control. Overnight low. And we'll do the same in the 30-year. Overnight high. Overnight point of control. And the overnight low. ZN. Overnight high. Overnight point of control. And overnight low. Interestingly, I'm going to leave it where it was. Value area low was also there. And that's what you'll frequently find. That's what I'm frequently finding, is that frequently places where price stops either during the regular trading hours or during the late night hours, it's a value area, it's a naked point of control, something like that. Which is why I've been leaving these smaller. So this is the settlement, but it's a small s. That's a settlement from a couple days ago. This is a point of control from a previous time period. This is a value area high or low from a previous time period. And I just keep track of those because those can be useful as targets or whatever. All right, overnight high in the 5-year. OP at 110.222 for the 5-year. So, all right, what we're going to do now is recenter these DOMs. As you can see, I've got the bid and the offer represented here in this histogram. That makes it easier for me to see when there's a large resting order. Nothing abnormally crazy here in the ultra. Let's look at the 30-year. These are pretty high. Not crazy, but I'm just going to go ahead and mark those out. Areas of interest this way. Oh, there we go. 47, 42. Okay, now look, that's the, all right. 380. This is another big one. Oh, and you can see they're pulling as we speak. All right, so that's our major guy right down there. CN, what have we here? Okay, we've got a liquidity pool right up here at 116.220. We've got 1,584 contracts sitting there. And we've also got one right up here at 116.250. 1,900 players up there. Well, 1,900 resting orders. And right down here again, we've got a large amount of volume right down by our value area high and our overnight low. Our overnight high, rather, from yesterday. Just change this to a H. Okay. What do we have in the 5-year here? Oh, yeah. Yep. See, there you go. Look at that. Yesterday's high, 110.310, 749, right up there. I'm just going to go ahead and take over this area of the alert column. We have it down below. Yep, we sure do. 110, 180. And me, myself, I am kind of bullish on things. Oh, did you see that? That was a huge drop. And just taking a look at our liquidity here in the 10-year. Look at that. It is ridiculously low. So this is a time when I personally do not want to be involved because things are just so erratic and anything can happen. I like to play when there's a lot of liquidity. So I'll be sitting out here for the moment. And let's see. And then I'm going to pop over here and we're going to go to a VWAP. Now this is the overnight session. Again, I will reset this once we hit to the cash session because I want to see the volume weighted average price for actually today. As you can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. We're cruising around. This is the nighttime session. You can see the time down below. And 6 o'clock, boom. Sudden volatility up into the first, past the first deviation, up to the second deviation in the Ultra. Similar, just crazy erratic spikes up in the ZB, the ZN, and the ZF. And those crazy spikes are generally not to be trusted. And let me pop into a screen that kind of shows everything. Figure out where my mouse is here. All right. This is the, I just refer to this as the rotation chart. This is the swing chart on Jigsaw. Super helpful in terms of tracking rotations. So if I want to go long on something, I'll wait for a pullback or vice versa. All right. What got here is the time and sales for the UltraBond, the 30, the 10, the 5, and the 2. Right here we've got the footprint charts. I've got these set to 144 ticks, 124 ticks. This just helps me keep track of the, excuse me, the immediate, what just happened. In other words, the DOMs are showing you what's happening right now. These footprints are showing you what just happened. Shows the allocation of, the balance of buyers and sellers. Getting a little bit more liquidity back in the 10-year here. Now it's 500, 600. Okay. And then underneath, oops, let's see. Oh, I see what happened. Aha. I had an issue with my screen last night. So I had to sort of reformat a bunch of stuff. So that was poking out there. Let me just get these DOMs back on top. Dom, da dom, dom, dom. Okay, there we go. Now underneath each of these products, I've got the 30-second order flow footprint stats. This is how many contracts lifted the offer. So market buys, 645 right here, 668. This is market sellers, 396. This is the delta, the difference between them, and 1,075 is the total number of contracts traded in the last 30 seconds in the 5-year, in the 10-year, in the 30-year, and the Ultra. This just helps me keep track of overall sentiment of buyers, what's going on. And just because you get a lot of delta doesn't mean that you're moving up, because you'll be able to see sometimes that's absorption, where somebody's placing huge amounts of market buy orders, but somebody just keeps refreshing the offers. All right, well, I think that pretty much does it. It's 7:18. We're going to open in about 2 minutes. Once again, keep your eye on the, let's keep our eye on that news here. Put it back here. Yep, so jobless claims at 7:30. Well, we got the open in 2 minutes. We got the jobless claims at 7:30. And probably settle down a little bit after that, but then Powell speaks at 8:30, and Lord only knows what could happen. He could say something, and the market interprets it this way or that way, and just be careful. Keep your positions time sensitive. I'm not going to be holding anything for too long, especially during those important times. All right, folks. Thanks again. Thanks again for tuning in to join us, and appreciate you being here. Let's just get back to my studio here. Whoops. All right, and that will do it. Y'all have a great day.